There are certain Counter-Strike clips that are so iconic that most of us can recite them word for word.
Smith's looking confused and dazed. Oh my goodness, how does he do this? How does he go do it again?
Happy with one dig. Oh, and another one! Oh, and a third!
I'm starting to believe as well, Henry, because he's gone and taken flaming. Oh, Fallen! Stop blowing my mind!
What is that? You can't do that simple! That's not allowed! This is not FPL! This is a major!
He's tapped it, Flaming's got a big! What in God's name is that from Stacks?
These are timeless, unforgettable calls that have come to embody the very soul of this beautiful, storied franchise. Sometimes they make you die with laughter.
Out of my way, son! Door stuck! Door stuck!
Other times, they make you want to stand up and scream. And then there are the occasional callouts that send shivers down your spine.
Kenny in a 1 versus 3 and Luminosity, they are 1 round away from match and map point here. Kenny getting a single headshot, he's got the double, sprays, gets one more. There's no goddamn way that he's gonna do this. He's got no health, Cole's gonna go for it, he gets the shot! Kenny, what are you doing? You've gotta be kidding, that's a clutch! Oh my god!
But what if I told you that some of CS's most revered soundbites weren't created by its most reputed casters or competitors, but by its single most recognizable rager? That some of the game's most celebrated moments were, in fact, moments.
I can kill Minotaur, just believe in me right now.
Let him call the shot.
Alright. By the way, he hasn't been flashed at all. All the pressure's on me, boys. This is it. This is it.
He said run on the left. Come on.
Why?
Meet the always animated Mohamad Assad, a retired professional CS player who, over the years, has solidified himself as one of his game's biggest celebrities. How? Well, by being the shrillest.
What?
The whiniest.
We suck! No, we suck so bad! Stop!
And angriest streamer Counter-Strike has ever seen.
Where? Sight! Bro, sight! Call it! Go inside, you idiots!
So, how exactly did Mo manage to become one of the biggest cultural icons in Counter-Strike? And how has his very particular approach to content creation changed the streaming landscape forever?
I'm dead.
Yo, fall back to site. Got it.
Move! Life, move!
I got the kill!
What do you mean you got me killed? That's what you did!
Okay, so if you're even remotely familiar with Counter-Strike, or have watched literally any of our top 10s, you've probably encountered the indignant and infuriated man-child that is Mo.
Can we go?
Yeah, you guys should keep running. What are you guys doing? Fuck, bro! Fucking go, bitches, go!
These days, Mo is known as a self-commercialized rager who counterbalances his CSGO obsession with his undying love of supercars, sketchy gambling sites, and his ever-so-supportive family.
Going right home.
No!
But before his live streaming stardom, Mo was making a name for himself in CS Source as part of the first wave of North American pro players. He even famously participated in the catastrophic shit show that was the Championship Gaming Series.
And as he moved up to the bomb site, he decided to go in for the plant, and he nails, or he gets nailed by Mo.
Now, like Mo, the CGS was noisy, in your face, and, well, a little over the top.
Complexity.
Let's go, baby!
CGS was a veritable disaster from a financial standpoint, yielding an absurdly low return on a ridiculous investment. Not like anything we'd ever see in esports today. Nope. Anyway, following the collapse of CGS in 2008, Source really struggled from an esports perspective. With everyone returning to 1.6, Mo was only able to attend a handful of tournaments a year. It wasn't until the advent of Global Offensive that he found a new way to make his mark.
I'm watching apps. Hide. Got him. Last guy was middle. He was middle.
Deploying flashbang. Coming to the bomb base. Watching cat. He's on the counter.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Like a lot of his region's so-called elite, Mo wasn't able to find a great deal of success in CSGO. So after nearly 3 years of hopping from roster to roster, he began to devote his full attention to streaming.
Please give me some. What is? Oh! Yes! Yes! Look what I just got! Yes!
Now, from the get-go, it was clear that Mo wasn't your everyday retired pro. Sure, he was fostering up-and-coming talent, but try as he might, he couldn't always keep up with that talent.
What is this? This kid's a fucking amazing savant! Dude, this guy's fucking pre-fired angels that don't exist!
It quickly became apparent that he'd blossomed into a unique type of entertainer. Not the kind you'd expect to dumpster people, but a performer, whose misery became the source of your delight.
Market flank that. Go B, there's only one B.
He got me. He was there! He was there! I missed!
Terrorist. Whoa,
What's up, big guy?
Pause. No, don't pause. What are you doing?
What the fuck is the bot doing here? Who left?
Pause. I'm back.
My AK's gone! What the fuck, Simple? Why'd you motherfucking fuck? Why'd you tell me to drop AK?
What the fuck?
Why you drop it to bomb?
Oh, go kill my mom.
Hold on, Fortran, hold on. Man, fuck! Fuck! Babe, what's wrong? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What? I'm in a fight. You know I'm streaming. What do you want?
Before long, Mo began to cement himself as CSGO's most recognizable rager. The one who all of the top talent loved to intentionally piss off.
Okay, I'm serious. I'm not gonna yell, but you fucking virgins, just play seriously. What the fuck are you? Okay, I'm being trolled. This isn't even funny. Shut the fuck up.
This might be the best way to describe Mo. Mo's like a car crash. Like, you don't actually necessarily want to see it, but you can't really stop yourself. You're watching him because you want to see the crash. You're watching him because you want to see the insanity. And more often than not, he delivers.
How? I ran all of them over!
He is just a funny guy. He's got an incredible amount of charisma to him. He's got an incredible I guess gravity, but not in the serious sense. He has that ability to attract all the attention into his direction. Whether you're poking fun at him, he's willing to take the jokes, and he's got this incredible ability to deflect the insult and turn it into something funny.
Whether it was the whining, the whiffed shots, or the wails that ensued, Mo had begun to cultivate a brand of sorts. Here you had this washed-up warrior who wasn't just trying to keep up with the kids, but capitalizing on his inability to do so. The result was a so-called moment.
Oh my god, he had a second headshot. Chicken coop still! It's chicken coop. No! Oh, you went by yourself. Please, chicken coop. Chicken coop! Chicken fucking coop! Toots, where do you play? Have you ever played this map before? Please don't ever play this map again.
And therein lay the secret to Mo's success. See, before streaming was what it is today, with ragers rearing their heads left and right, constantly trying to one-up each other, no one had really invested in their own fury and indignation the way that Mo did. Deadass? The dude was kind of a pioneer.
He was one of the first people I knew that was actually making ridiculous money streaming. In my experience, and from what I saw, Mo was just the first one who showed that you could get away with being a flaming asshole. He was the first one who showed me that, if you can have those rage streams, and you can have, all these clips of you just being a complete dickhead to other players, to complete people, but if you're funny while you're doing it, everyone focuses on the funny side of it.
Oh shit! Fuck, man! How? What are you calling? You're saying trash!
Now, part of the reason for Mo's explosive and sustained popularity is the fact that, in addition to being an enduring and adored title, Counter-Strike is very difficult.
What the fuck is going on?
It's also a literal clusterfuck of a video game, capable of evoking some of the most visceral reactions in esports. So, on some level, there was an almost spiritual need for a streamer like Mo. One who both casuals and competitors could identify with.
Yo guys, can you please hold A without the... Did you do the boost? Let me check the bodies. 100% there's a boost here, look, 100%, look! There's blood on both walls! You guys stop boosting! Stop it! We're trying to win! God damn it, dude.
He wasn't just an entertainer. He was a mood, a personality that literally every person ever to play Counter-Strike could tune into and feel seen.
Upper B. 2, 3, 3, 3.
They're in.
What? No! No!
I think that is part of the hilariousness, is like how it does kind of culminate like the traditional experience of people playing Counter-Strike. Mo is so frustrated, and it's normally with such every matchmake day happening things. Someone's not calling the spot where they're at. Someone's throwing a flash without calling it. Mo gets shot in the back where someone is supposed to be watching, and he just loses his shit. And I think everyone can just kind of relate on some level. So those are the best Mo moments. The moments.
Door, you fucking
Mo is so fucking
Bro, what do you mean door?
Window, he's going window.
Stick it, just stick it. Your best fucking chance.
Where the fuck is he door? Where? What is this call?
At some point, it became clear that people would watch this dude screw the pooch while doing pretty much anything. So he decided to run with it, expanding his repertoire of rage to gambling.
Please. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, bro, you're so close.
Physical activity.
Ow, fuck.
And family life.
I jumped. My fucking mouse jumped. My mouse fucking jumped.
Are you kidding? Are you
You see what
kidding?
just happened? I jumped.
It's a game! Chill out!
Baby,
Chill out!
Alright.
The problem, of course, is that once you start exploiting your own unbridled fury to rake in the views, it can be hard to keep it in check. Sometimes Mo could get a little too toxic.
Show me, come here, show me where you were. Show me where you stood. Come here, come to me. Because you don't know, this is under it. Right here. You don't get spammed right here under it, where I am right now. That's not the spot, you dumb fuck. You dumb fuck.
And other times, he was just a straight up asshole.
Just see the first 10 minutes of the last game. No,
parents
fuck your parents.
See, like,
Fuck them. No, real.
like that, man.
Tim, fuck
No,
your
like,
parents.
honestly-
Legit, I'm telling you right now, fuck your mom, fuck your dad.
It was no secret that over the years, the skill gap between Mo and the up-and-comers he'd helped shepherd into the scene had really started to widen. He'd become so focused on raging that he'd lost his edge and become kind of a laughingstock, which gave him an axe to grind.
You think Marquez the fucking genius?
Why do you have to sit down to their level?
Tark, I'm on top of the fucking scoreboard. Don't talk shit, alright? 9 points. What's your points? You ran up mid and died. You're proud of yourself for that one. You helped a lot.
You got 2 kills because of me. Oh, hey.
Yeah, that was because of you too. That was because of you too.
Underpass.
That was because of you. That was because of one more. Get him, do something, Nitro. Fuck.
Now, on the surface, Mo might have appeared to be a community joke, but the truth is, he was the one laughing, all the way to the bank. You see, Mo was able to recognize that this character and brand that he was building was actually going to open a lot of doors for him. He'd become such a known figure within the scene that Echo Fox entrusted him with the responsibility of building their CSGO roster. Hell, even E-League was convinced to bring him in as a desk analyst, which went about as well as could be expected.
They messed up a lot of rounds, but the crucial rounds were lost because of Kusta. He simply does not know how to rotate on this map at all. Every time they had the man advantage, he gave it right back by doing some idiotic rotate that I do not understand why. There's literally no reason for what he did, but he did it round after round.
Stop! He's already dead!
See, that's the thing about Mo. Sometimes he's known for taking his shtick too far. And every now and then, he has been involved in controversy and been rightly called out for crossing the line.
Mo is, on his most basic level, from what I can tell, a very good guy, and a cool friend, and a cool person to hang out with, and he's a lot of fun. He's also done some very terrible things. At some point, you want to just say, Mo, stop being a fucking idiot about this kind of stuff. But he keeps getting away with it. Part of that is because he has an incredible amount of charisma. And I think that's the real interesting part about Mo is, I think there's a certain level of people who are tapping into this idea that he gets to break a lot of the rules and he gets to recover from situations where other people wouldn't recover. And I think people like to watch the fact that someone gets to be the asshole and gets to succeed and gets to do some of the shady things and still gets to move on.
Leaving aside these obvious transgressions, Mo's faithfulness to his identity has only further woven him into the fabric of Counter-Strike. What's more, Mo has basically helped father an entire genre of streaming. In addition to paving the way for some of Twitch's greatest ragers, he's managed to cultivate a persona that never gets old, no matter the context.
I put to drop it off. Right there. Okay, thank you. Oh, fuck. I have it set to what? Oh. I'm a fucking leave him a bad review right fucking now, I swear to God.
Because at the end of the day, there's nothing like watching somebody freak out over the things you hate in the game you love.
Run through right now with your flash.
Run through right now with your flash. Go. Just run through, dude. What the fuck you flashed me? I fucking missed! Fuck you! Why are you flashing me? Why are you flashing at my feet? Flash them!
Mo's ability to commodify and transform his inner rage into a lucrative brand reveals a level of intelligence that is seriously overlooked. And whether you like him or not, his vision and endeavors have helped to create a successful roadmap for other streamers to follow for years to come. For better or for worse, Mo is as much a part of the culture of Counter-Strike as the culture of Counter-Strike is a part of Mo. Wherever it goes and however it evolves, he'll be there, losing his goddamn mind.
Come back, Seth, come back.
Joke's over. You're dead.
They're in? They're in?
Wait.
Oh my god!
No! What the fuck? What kind of wall? What is your wall? What is your wall? Then go around, do a normal wall for one time and do a wall.
And let's not kid ourselves. We wouldn't have it any other way.
Mo, run away. Mo, run away. Don't come triple. Don't come
No, they won't expect
dumbass.
us. They won't expect you.
Shit, the boy's back. I'm here with you.
Mo is such a pistol player.
Why? Why? Why the fuck would you pick that? Let me ace. What the fuck, man? All this time, why?
Nice. Yo, the fact that they did Source in third person is fucking hilarious.
With the fucking jerseys? Dude, with the names on the back of the T's and CTs? Oh my god, dude, it's so good. I know. Yo, we gotta go back to that. We gotta go back to that. Straight up. Like, this is why I want to make fun. This is why we need, like, when I was doing this beat, I was like, look, I don't need to realistically put this much about CGS and Mo's story, but I was like, it's so offbeaty. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, even just that sound of that dude, I just love the sound of that dude fucking standing up.
Woo! Woo!
Let's go, man! Let's go. It's so fucking good,
So
dude. Like,
and his fucking air mattress.
oh my god, dude.
Yo, we got this sweet mansion, but
Yeah, I know, but I know I can't afford a real mattress. Dude, CGS is the gift that keeps on giving. Honestly, it's so good. It's just so
Really?
good.